Hey dudes, what's going on here? Fish Tile Exotics, and I decided to make a new protein skimmer review for the Seaclone 100 protein skimmer. And I realized that my old protein skimmer review had some flaws and maybe wasn't the best articulated. And I decided to make a new review to introduce some of the new problems that I've seen with the system over the past couple years. So, it all started when my skimmer, I was just fed up with it. I couldn't keep my nitrates down, I could only keep a few fish in the tank, and it was practically like running a system without a skimmer to begin with. So at that point, I just broke and I purchased the Reef Octopus skimmer. That thing is doing fantastic, and I've already made a review on it, which you can see on my channel. But as you can see, this skimmer has found a new home in this bucket here. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what I saw. So this thing right here, which is the elbow intake pump, shaped kind of like an elbow, is extremely hard to clean out. And quite honestly, I mean, you can see some of the red slime that's in here still, but it's hard to clean out. And I've tried brushes and stuff, and the stuff is just so caked on. And that, to be honest, part of me maybe not cleaning out enough, so the stuff still wouldn't get caked on. But it's still difficult to clean out in excess to begin with. And not only the tube, but the skimmer body as well is difficult to care and maintain, because you have to, this thing won't come off. And there's chambers down here, which you can see some tube worm skeletons, which are still there from when I took it out. But you can't even get in there to clean that. So I'm glad there was no algae outbreaks, because that would have just been nasty. Also, it has a huge intake footprint. The pump and the sponge and the air tube are all inside the tank, and this thing just looks hideous, especially in a tank my size, which doesn't have as much length. And being that the pump was in the water, it just got really, really dirty, and I'm always afraid of it possibly leaking, causing an electrical shock in the aquarium. So that in itself was really bad, but the pump itself too was just, it was garbage. I mean, the pump that came with the system, it was not nearly powerful enough to produce bubbles that would, that would clean effectively. Sorry, and the sponge would get really dirty, and it was really hard to clean that as well. And the skimmer, the cup was never full. It never tried to fill it, and whenever I took the cover off, there were not nearly enough bubbles to skim to begin with. And this is, quite honestly, this skimmer's not even suited for a small nano reef. And since I introduced the Reef Octopus, my nitrates were from 60 parts per million now to under 10. And in the first day I put the Reef Octopus on and it started skimming, there's probably about 1.5 inches of pure filth in the cup by next morning that this thing wasn't taking out. Anyway, and the long and short of it is, this thing is junk and you shouldn't buy it. And that's about as simple as it gets. And if you want to get a skimmer, fine, waste $70. But if I were you, I'd splurge for either the eShops, the Tunzi, or the Reef Octopus skimmers, as they're quite wonderful systems that will get the job done. Anyway, Fish Tile Exotics here. Hope you enjoyed this review more than the others. Please like and subscribe, and thank you guys. Bye.